Welcome to Chat With Me on the Side. Today we have the comedian, the host, and the sometimes radio personality, Michael Tight Mike Randolph. Why does it seem like I'm introducing you for a fight?
I don't know, because I'm not a good fighter.
It's like a fighting name, right? Like Tight Mike.
Yeah.
Get Tight Mike into the ring.
Michael, Tight Mike Randolph. No.
I'd fight him.
Yeah. Back in the day, I could fight, but I'm more of a artillery guy now.
I thought he was going to say lover. No.
No. I got the two little girls, so I definitely had to beef up the artillery.
Got two girls.
Yeah, I'm that dad. Yeah, I'm that kind of dad.
I am so happy to have you here.
Hey, so happy to be here.
Tell me a little bit about your stand-up career.
Hey, 17 years going. I quit a day job 17 years ago. They helped out. Yeah, I had an audition with a television show on BET. It was called Comic View. And so it was taped in Miami, and coincidentally it was called Caliente because they went with the Latin theme. Mm-hmm. Clearly I'm a brother. But
and clearly you're old. You said taped.
Yes, I said taped. So my tape that they gave me was actually on VHS.
On VHS?
Wow. Yeah, so amazing. So the day job, the great folks at this insurance company said, you have a lot of talent. We feel like we're holding you back. We're going to raise this money for you, and you go and audition. And if you make it, you stay doing that. And if you don't make it,
so cool.
If you don't make it, you come back. you forget your hopes and dreams, brother.
Yeah. But you didn't have to go back.
No, and it was all the odds were stacked against me too, Robin, which is wild. I went to audition, I made the cut. It was 32 comedians.
Wow.
And I went 32nd. I was the last comic of the night. And I basically opened with, I know y'all tired because I'm tired, frustrated. I know y'all ready to go. And they picked 3 of us out of 32. And at the end, it was kind of a good thing because everybody's like, yeah, because they was waiting to see who got picked. And I fortunately got picked. And I did 3 seasons of BET Comic View.
That's so amazing.
Amazing. Got a chance to meet Steve Harvey. It was a great time in my life.
In your career, that's awesome. And it really kind of catapulted you into this whole this whole thing.
So I was blessed early with TV credits. So from there, I did Bounce TV, some stuff on NBC, Street Smarts. I don't know if you remember Street Smarts.
Oh my gosh, I totally remember that.
I did Street Smarts a couple times. Just great. And then I went into radio, and of course I started touring with the stand-up. So it was great. It's been great.
It's been great.
It's been great.
And most people have to have that secondary job when they're doing this career, but you've kept it with stand-up
mostly stand-up. Yeah, stand-up has basically fed me 80% of my life, of my career, I should say. Every now and then you get a side gig because, of course, stand-up doesn't come with insurance and things of that nature. Yeah. So you want to go and get checked out, and then, I go get a side gig or whatever, but it's been mostly for the main part. The stand-up has put the bread on the table.
That's so awesome. So how many nights a week do you perform?
With stand-up, we call it weekends. So if there's 52 in a year, I would say 35 of them I'm out working. Yeah, and then you pick up little nights here and there, a Wednesday night or a Thursday night, but I generally work for the Improv, and it's a Thursday through Sunday type thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And all comedians kind of have their own way and their own jive. Like, are you a storyteller, or are you like one-liners, or how are you?
I'm definitely more of a storyteller. I'm what they call a traditional joke teller. So I can tell my jokes within my story. Versus bang. I'm more bang, bang. Ah! Yeah, I'm set up punchline guy, and you don't see it coming type thing.
That's awesome. I love that. That's probably one of my favorite types. And I'm not just saying that because you're sitting next to me.
Oh, yeah, you know you are.
No, I mean, maybe just a little. But I'm saying it because I really love that. That's it, because it keeps you engaged, and you're like, oh my goodness, what is he going to say next?
Right. You have to make it funny all the way through, and that's more of my style. Some people are great storytellers, but it's not funny the whole way. So you have to make it funny the whole way. More like a Richard Pryor or Don Rickles, George Carlin type comment. So I've listened and learned from the older generation, and now I've transferred into some of the newer stuff.
And how do you get your material?
Oh, everyday life is always
funny.
Material, man. Anywhere I go, I can find something funny. Bus stations, planes, trains, automobiles, as I say. I get a lot of material walking into my kids' daycare. Just to hear the people pleading and begging for one more week to pay. You know what I'm saying?
So you're a father, you have 2 kids, you
said? 2 lovely, beautiful girls, 6 and 3. Ryan and Jordan, hey.
Aww, did you ever think anything would grab your heart?
Nothing like kids.
Children?
And I waited until later in my career to have the kids and get into serious relationship and all of that stuff. And I'm happy that I did it. Yeah. And now I'm just a great father. But I'm a better dad now than I think I would have been in the beginning.
And as a younger age, I totally appreciate that because you have more life experience
Absolutely.
and you can tell. Yay.
Absolutely. I love it.
So 17 years, that is a really long time. So how has the world of comedy changed for you?
It has, like you stated at the top of the show there, I was in the taping.
Taping instead of filming.
a TV taping instead of filming. And it has progressed into Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and now
social media.
Absolutely, the internet changed everything. Versus me, I'm a traditional stand-up, so I tell jokes. I'm not on the internet all the time, but now I'm having to transition into that, and so it keeps the material fresh because you can't say a lot of your stuff on the net because people already saw it. Why would I go see him if I've already saw it?
So that's hard. Do you guys announce that like at the beginning of a comedy show? Like, hey, maybe don't film us because this is my set. I've worked years to perfect it. And if people see it on social media, then they might not come out to your show. So do you preface that before you get on?
You do. 9 out of 10 clubs, if it's a legitimate A clubs, what we call the top line of improvs, the funny bones, things like that, they will tell you, hey, put your phones down to vibrate in a solid position. And then as a stand-up, a lot of times we're working on new stuff. And so I don't want you to videotape it and then you get it out there and it's not really what I want and it may have conveyed the wrong message.
Right.
Yeah, you're like, oh man, no, he's not. Well, now he's working it out so that it don't sound so bad. And then he really conveys what he wants you to hear. But if you taped it early and you miss it, now you're like, oh my gosh.
Man,
right.
Yeah. And nights are different. It depends on your audience. So the energy is different. So what might kill one night might literally kill.
Like get you killed. Yeah, get you killed next one. Yeah, and I do such a variety of. I do the church stuff. I do the clean comedy. I do the corporate comedy. I do the traditional nightclub comedy. I host wedding receptions and baby showers. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's so cool.
I'm all over the place. Just funny is funny. And people normally. I just did a family reunion over the weekend. It was.
Was it awesome?
Amazing.
So depending on your audience, do you keep it cleaner in certain ways, like, or do you have like a version of it, like a rated R version of like your set?
You can, and some of it comes with cursing and some of it doesn't. It's hard. Like the family reunion, the same thing that makes a 7-year-old laugh won't make a 70-year-old laugh. Yeah. So you have to find that happy medium.
I have the sense of humor of like a 14-year-old boy, so.
But that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens. And then comedy is, it has to be relatable and it's subjective to who the person are, who the person is, or who the people are, I should say. So with the family reunion, you do less nice stuff. People love to see their grandma and stuff dancing and singing, and they love to see the kids active, you know, so they play off of each other. With the family reunions, it was so wild. The grandmother, everybody was singing all this up-to-date pop and hip-hop and Old Town Road and all of that. Yeah. And then the grandmother went up there, everybody got quiet, and she sang like a traditional This Little Light of Mine. Aww, and she was so off-key and so terrible, but they couldn't boo because it was grandma.
It was grandma. No matter what she did, was fantastic.
Right, so that was the winner of the contest. But things like that were great. Then we had a dance contest and the kids were dancing against the older guys and ladies.
That's so fun.
So I do it all and I like it.
You do it all. I love it. So how can people find you?
Oh, clearly, man. I'm sorry. Clearly, ma'am.
I'm ma'am, not a man.
Clearly, ma'am. Social media, if they're socially conscious and responsible. On Instagram.
Like you.
That's right. Instagram, Type Mike Comedy. On Facebook, I'm Mike Randolph, and also Michael Type Mike Randolph.
I have to ask, where did Type Mike come from?
When I was younger, I was extremely slim. I wasn't always 230 pounds. I graduated high school, I was 5'10", 130.
Oh, you were a tiny little thing.
I was a very tiny little thing.
130 pounds?
Absolutely. And my grandmother used to pull my belt really
tight.
Right. And I go, Grandma, it's way too tight. She's like, it's not tight, Mike. And boom.
Aww, and so, Tight Mike was invented.
There you go. And then, being younger, playing at the recreation center, shirts and skins. So I took my shirt off, and then there was... My belt was so tight.
The belt was so tight.
And then and kids are brutal.
Mm-hmm. So are tight belts. I'm just saying.
Right. So it just gathered from there. Tight Mike, Tight Mike, Tight Mike. Yeah.
Well, I love it, and I think you're amazing. I think everybody should try and find him on social media. He's so funny, and he does the best Facebook Lives as well. So follow him on Facebook.
Please, guys.
All right. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, guys, as always, take care of yourselves and don't forget to take care of each other.